As many of you know, Karen has been very successful decorating pies. She doesn't just bake pies, she decorates them, and has over 80,000 followers on Instagram. We were very excited this year because her pies were featured in a full-page article in the Washington Post. And they were also in the Los Angeles Times, and Martha Stewart said that Karen had turned pie making into an art form. This is all good stuff for someone in Germany where there are no pies. So here we are. We're going to turn off here. Well, besides for pie baking this year, I've been relatively busy with translation work. I had quite a few translations, some very long ones. In fact, I think one was well over 50 pages. I translate from German into English, and almost exclusively medical, technical, or scientific papers. I had one paper this year from an organic chemist, and I must say it was quite a challenge, because in spite of the fact that I had 14, a total of 14 semesters of chemistry. Many of the things nowadays are very different. There are certainly chemicals now organic chemicals that I had never heard of, that no one knew about, or maybe they didn't even exist when I studied chemistry many years ago. So I had to do a lot of, look at this. Look what's ahead of us. A whole herd of sheep. So anyway, I did have to learn quite a lot about certain special organic molecules. There's some lambs. Look at there. There's a winter lamb. I don't want to get too close to him. Oh, there's a sheep off to the side here. The dog's going to come back and take care of him, I guess. Or her. Him or her, or it. Anyway. Oh, there's a big ewe there. Oh, look, they're almost all black-faced, but there's at least one white-faced lamb. Sheep. Much bigger one than the others. We'll just keep on moving ahead here, and I think he'll probably go straight, and we're going to turn off. Hey dog, you better get back here. There's a sheep out here in the weeds. Not in the weeds, but on the. Oh, here he comes. Yeah, the dog saw it and started to come back, but the sheep decided it would get back in line here. So they're all going straight, but we're going to turn off to the right here. That was a nice interlude, wasn't it? I just don't want to. One of the dogs ran back here around me, and I don't want to take a chance of hitting him. I guess he's probably smart enough to take care of himself, but I don't want to. Certainly don't want to risk hitting a sheepdog. So here we are, and I'm going to turn you off because there isn't going to be much to see here. Oh my God, oh, they're certainly open. Oh yeah. We get on the scales here and make sure they get our weight before we take stuff off. I don't know the lady that's here today. One of our neighbors is usually here. So I will cut you down here for a minute. I mean, turn you off. So she saw my license plate, and when I walked up, she said, "Dr. Boshek, what do you have for me today?" And I said, "I have all kinds of garbage for you, dear." And she said, "Well, that's fine." So what I do now is take the general junk that I have, this carpet and so on, and throw that away here. Then the lamps and electronic stuff goes to another place, and the paper goes to yet another place. I don't have to pay for paper or the electronics, so I can actually have them weigh the car after I take this junk out, and then I'll get the rest afterwards. Okay, I'm gonna shut you off here. So that was the normal junk that I threw into this big container here next to me, and now we'll go back and weigh the car again, and I'll pay for that, and the rest doesn't cost anything. So we'll get rid of the paper first now. That cost about $5. So that was not spectacular. Oh, Elektrogeräte steht here. That's where it is right there. That's where we take them. So, but first we'll get rid of the paper, which is in a big hall here, a big closed-in barn. There's usually a front loader pushing paper around in here, but today there's nothing happening. They've got it all pushed into one corner here. So we'll get rid of that. Okay, now there's just a bunch of computers and printer and some fluorescent lamps that go there too. Okay, so we got rid of everything. That's good. It's good that I got rid of those computers, especially because they were taking up so much room in my workshop. That I couldn't really use my shop. So now I will be able to, and I have some work that I need to do. I have a lawnmower that has been out of commission for over a year. It needs a cable replaced. I have the new cable. It's one of those fancy Honda walk-behind mowers that it's self-propelled, and it has a hydrostatic drive, which means there's a handle to control the speed. A lever that you can use to control the speed, but the cable had broken right at the, let's see, where did it break? I think it broke at the handle at the top, and I was able to get a new cable for it, but it looks very complicated down in the bottom part. I'm sure George would know how to do it right away, but I certainly don't. And I looked on the internet and I found some instructions that look so complicated that I wish my youngest son, who's a mechanical engineer, he's not really, he's a rocket scientist actually. He's a aerospace engineer, but he is very good at mechanical engineering too. But we'll figure it out. I just need to tip it up. It's very heavy. The doggone mower is so heavy. I need George's lift to get it up and get it turned on its side so I can get to the bottom, I guess. I'm not sure exactly how I need to do it, but anyway, that I need to get into my workshop to be able to do that. And I have a couple of other jobs. I'll probably do a video on that lawnmower. And I also have plans to do two videos rebuilding espresso machines. One is a very nice Swiss-made lever type machine that I have all the parts for, the replacement parts, gaskets and so on, but I need a nice workbench where I can clean it up and reassemble it. The other one is a real big, well, not real big, it's a one group machine that belonged to a friend of mine. He bought it about 20 years ago, I think, and he probably used it much in that 20 years, but at some point it stopped working, and he moved to France. Now he's in Finland or Norway, anyway, he when he was in France, he had a friend of his pick it up or take it back to Germany, and the friend took it to a company that was supposed to repair it, and they said, oh, the boiler was split and tubing needed to be replaced, and what else did they say? The electronic parts were all worthless and so on. And in other words, they didn't want to do it. And I know that that's the case because looking at it, I see they had not even opened it up to find out what might have been wrong with it. They couldn't have possibly told that the boiler was split because they hadn't opened the part of the case where you could even see the boiler. So he gave it to me. He gave this machine to me, and he said, if you can do something with it, fix it up. And I will, because it was an expensive machine. It cost well over, well, it must have cost $1,500 or so. So I will repair that. And I'll take you along. I have a very nice camera for doing that kind of work, and it has I can connect a monitor to it so that I can see exactly what you are seeing. And I'll do that one of these days. I'm really determined to make some more videos again. My friend Ray over there in Vermont tries to be, well, he is just a very patient person anyway, but I know he'd like to see some new videos from me. Well, we're getting into a snowstorm here. That's pretty neat. So we've had sheep and we have a snowstorm. All cool stuff. I guess this is what is called snow flurries. As I said, it's still above freezing. It's 0.5 degrees Celsius here, so the snow probably won't stick on the ground. We have some kind of a truck full of junk. He's going in the wrong direction. He should have gone back there and taken it to the dump. I don't know what he's doing, but anyway, it's not a truck I see. It's a tractor with a trailer behind it, and he's going 45 kilometers per hour, which is probably faster than is even safe for him, but too slow for us, because normally we would be going 100 here on this open road. Somebody's going to pass, but I can't see enough to pass. It's just not, well, I can see now that there's a car coming, so we won't pass. Well, I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to pass him or not here. This is right where that radar is. I don't want to get up to speed to pass him and then get a ticket for speeding. So we'll just, here's the radar on the left side here. That big blue pole there. We're coming to a roundabout here. I can't pass him there. Can't see in the curve here. So we'll just be patient and sit behind him here. I could go the wrong way around the roundabout, I guess. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he has a big load of junk in there. I don't know where he's going with it. I think he'd be, oh, I know, he's taking it to the metal recycling center, which is somewhere else. I don't know where it is. I've never been there. Okay, now's our chance if nobody comes around that corner there. Well, that did that.